Good morning, good morning. I'm just going to get started with some stuff here. If I were scissors, where would I be? Where would I be if I were scissors? Oh, here you are. Okay. Good morning, good morning. Sitting down to do some. Good morning, Miss Dawn. I am putting together some slow stitch kits for some winter sewing. Some winter sewing projects to relax. Okay. Good morning, Miss Dawn. I am just going to plug away until I know this is just a quick pop-up. I'm just going to get started here. I know last minute pop-up. How are you, Miss Dawn? How are you doing? Just plugging away here. Some awesome on the couch projects to do some slow stitching, right? To do some hand sewing. Oh, okay. That's awesome, Dawn. Yay. So, slow stitch projects are really wonderful for this time of year. I give you credit for doing hand stitching some binding, because that is a lot of time and patience. That is not for the faint of heart, I tell you. So, all right. These are fun projects, and when more people come on, I will share some different ideas. Good morning, Miss Joyce. How are you? Working on some slow stitch kits here. Just putting some together. I figured I would share it with you guys. We could hang out and work on some winter sewing projects. That's what I call it. So it's basically on the couch crafts, right? Things that we could use, that we could do. Let's see here. Just planning. Good morning, David. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you so much. Joyce is finally catching me live. I usually do Friday. I do Friday mornings at 9:45 every Friday. So this is just a little pop-up. How you doing, Mr. David? Mr. David is a little fishy. I wanted to say that, Mr. David. He's a little fishy. Okay. So I have some fun muslin fabrics that were gifted to me by our very own wonderful Miss Jessica from Sewing on the Bluff. If you guys haven't checked out David from Elfish Tanks, he has beautiful videos on his fish, how he cares for them, different types of fish. He has late night Friday night live streams. So if you are interested, And him and his little friend, his friends, they have lots of fun. They definitely have lots of fun. You guys are fun. Never a dull moment on David's live streams for sure. Um, Sometimes they're a little late, so I have to do a replay, but replays are better than no play, right? All right, so I'm gonna get started because anyone watching a replay is not gonna wanna be like, "Oh, what is she doing? Listen to all that dead air," right? So let's add some more muslins here. So yeah, these were gifted to me by Miss Jessica. Very nice of her. Let's see here. Booting out the old year. Yes, definitely. Definitely nice to have a fresh start. I say, yeah, definitely awesome. Um, okay, so hi Michael. How are you? Good morning, June. Michael is a friend from Tuber Chat. Um, Good morning, June. So, working on making my own slow stitch panels, some winter sewing projects for anyone who wants to sit on the couch and do some hand sewing. This is a great project to make. So, my themes are usually vintage themes. But you can make them any theme you want. I will, once everyone comes in, I will show you guys some more. All right, so I'm just adding, so from this really giant strand of lace, this is like a champagne color. These are little flowers. I just fussy cut out the flower and I add it to my kit. So I cut out one of the flowers right here. So that's part one. And this here is, I didn't get to press it yet because Jesse's been under my feet all morning. But I'm using a 12 by 12 cotton panel. This is just going to be my outline. So this is going to be my outline just so I have a area to work with. And then I'm just going through some laces and some fabrics. You can also use muslin for your slow stitch pieces. Cotton, I'm just using white cotton, but any type of muslin is good too, especially if you are going to be putting this on a hoop. The muslin works really great. And then I'm just taking some random pieces of muslin, different size pieces, right? And then I have just some different crochet. This was a crochet table runner. And I just cut little little strips from each one, and I include it in the slow stitch kit. So I just cut one for each. This is like standard things that I just put in here. All right, so I put this in there. I put my flower, my muslin pieces. It doesn't matter how many pieces. It just depends on thanks, Michael. Yes, Michael. Well, we're so used to having Michelle on that it's just like an automatic. And I have this. This here was part of an old shirt. It is it has little like crocheted lace flowers on here. and then little crocheted. These are like little tiny butterflies in the lace. So this is actually like a peach color. So I've just cut a little piece, just a random little piece, and I'm adding that to my slow stitch panel. Again, you can use muslin. Let's see here. Yeah, so use muslin, use cotton. So far I have my peach lace. I have fussy cut out one of the flowers. This is like a champagne color. So you can go ahead and use whatever colors you have. Muslin and this. Okay. So this was not an old dress, but it was a dress. Well, no, a shirt, as you guys can see. This was a shirt that I had gotten at a thrift store, and it has eyelet laces. It's just strictly eyelet lace, as you guys can see here, right? And in here, there are little flowers that I'm going to just fussy cut out and include into my slow stitch kit. Or if you're making it for yourself, just your slow stitch panel. So I am going to go ahead and cut out a piece of one of these little flowers here. So thank you for joining me. I know this is just a quick pop-up, but this is what I was working on today. I spent 3 days cleaning up still from my craft shows 2 weeks ago. Because once the craft shows are done, then Christmas comes, right? So then there's a lot of hubbub. But these are great on the couch projects because now that the holiday hubbub is all done, we can focus on things that we can work on for the year. So I just fussy cut out little flowers from the eyelet lace, right? So these are my pieces that I'm using so far. This will probably be a continuation for Friday morning's live stream. So what is everybody working on? Does anyone have any plans for New Year's? What are you guys doing? Any fun things? All right, so any cool things? I don't like to use rubber bands, but I used a rubber band for this. All right, so just like thrifted items, if you have laces or different types of fabrics around the house, little pieces of fabrics. This was a sweater that I had found. This is a like a peach champagne color. This is just sweater fabric. You can also include stuff like this. This was a thrifted dress, as you guys can see. I chopped up most of it. So this was a thrifted dress. And it has really beautiful, you guys can see, really beautiful. I hit the jackpot when I found this dress because this is awesome, right up to the color scheme, perfect. So if you guys can see this dress, right, is beautiful. It has lots of crocheted flowers on here. So anything like this is perfect for your slow stitch panel. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of this dress, and let's see here. I'm just going to cut up a little bit of this dress because I am going to use this as a part of my slow stitch piece. So there's little flowers down here. I'm going to cut some of these little flowers here. And it's just random. There's no specific size or anything. So I just cut a little piece of the dress off here, and I'm going to add it in as a part of my slow stitch kit here. All right, so we're slowly going through some of the things. Hi, Judy. Good morning. Good morning. Staying home when it's safe, hand binding on a placemat. Oh, that's awesome, June. Yeah, any type of perfect. This is a perfect year for any type of on the couch hand sewing project. So I thought this would be, since I was making these and putting these, making these for my shop, I might as well share my process with you, right? Okay, so this is the little sweater. So I'm just going around and cutting little pieces from each of my laces, the dresses or anything. And I'm just going to add them here. So as I'm adding, I'm building, right? So I'm just getting the colors together, and this is just the foundation, right? So the 12 by 12 cotton base fabric is just the 12 by 12 just gives me an area to work with. Because if you just start adding things, and then it starts to get overwhelming. So by just giving yourself an area to work with, pulling out your stuff, and then working from there. So again, this is just foundation. We're just picking out stuff. We're just picking out main stuff, main fabrics and crochet pieces. We're not getting into any of the accents like buttons or pearl, or we're not getting into that yet. We're just picking out our fabrics and our crochet pieces or laces or whatever it is you have for now. Hi, Nikki. Good morning. It's so cold outside this morning. I can't get my husky to come back in. Oh, Judy, he likes it, right? Yeah. So right now we're just working on foundation. We're not worrying about buttons or anything else, right? We're not worried about fabrics yet. Okay, so let's move along here. So I've added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 different pieces to my board so far, right? And I'm still going. And even if you don't use all the pieces that you've cut, use them for another panel. Use them for something else, right? So look how gorgeous this is. And I was almost horrified when I made my first cut. I thought, oh my goodness gracious, Joe, what are you doing? But look how beautiful. This was a vintage table runner as well. But look at these beautiful flowers, right, guys? Oh my God, it pains me to cut it. Oh my goodness gracious, I didn't want to cut it. But these little flowers, you don't even really need to fussy cut them. They're already, you're just cutting around it, but you don't have to do much. And these are perfect and so beautiful now these are just stuff that I found this was at an estate sale. And I really don't usually have a lot of luck at estate sales, but every once in a while I get lucky and I can find something pretty. So this is going to go into my slow stitch kit. Thanks, Joyce. Joyce says pretty. Nikki says pretty. Do you have to use freight check? No. No freight check. No. No. If you want, so for something like this, because this is kind of flimsy, you can always use a lightweight shirting stabilizer if you want, right? And just give it a little, stability. But for the most part, I just keep them like that. But no, so far, what do we got? We got lots of fun stuff here. Little pieces. We're just right. So colors. I have some peach colors here. These are peach. This is like a champagne color, this little fussy cut flower. And this crochet from that dress is a champagne color. So these are pretty much the same colors here. And then there's white. So I have the whites, the peaches, the champagnes, and then I have like the ivories and then like cream color stuff. So that's these, you might say, you have peach and champagne, but they go together perfectly. So, let's see here. Okay, so this is the same thing. So I have this little crocheted table runner. So this is, I'm not sure if this is vintage or not, but this was a part of the whole, all of this stuff was part of one big find from one specific estate sale. So, no, oh, no, 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 no. Gosh darn it. I put my scissor down and cut a hole in one of these flowers. No. So, right? These are perfect. I again, it pains me to cut these, but I'm not going to use them. I'm not going to put these on my Etsy shop to sell. I want to be able to use these for this because these are perfect for this. So are you guys cringing? I'm cutting this. So there's how many doilies are on here, right? I'm guessing this was handmade, but this is really stunning. It's beautiful. So this is going to go into my kit as well. I have to use a board, right? So this is our little kit so far. Don't mind the wrinkled white foundation. Like I said, I didn't get to iron anything because Jesse's been under my feet all morning. So I'm not going to use this, but check this out. Oh, that's the tag. This I found at a thrift store with the original tag still on it. This was a dress. This was a dress. And look at the beautiful flowers that are on this dress, guys. Look. Look at the beautiful, stunning flowers. Are you guys out there watching? Look. This is just a dress I found at a thrift store. This was a dress. How much fun is that? Like, what are the chances? Like, how many of us go thrifting or we go to estate sales and we find nothing? But every once in a while, you find something like this that is like, bingo. And the first thing you think of, well, I do, is slow stitching. Right? So, okay, so that's for our crochet pieces for now. Thanks, June. Thanks, Joyce. I need to look at my thrift store closer, LOL. I mean, I very, like I said, I've been going to estate sales, finding vintage stuff for years and years, and it's not very often that you find fun things, but when you do, it's like, oh, this is great. Because when you're a crafter or a sewer, quilter, whatever, your mind is always crafting. You're always crafting in your mind, right? You're like, I see things on the shelf, like at a retail store for, $40, $50. And I think I could make that. You guys that ever happened to you? You say, duh, I could make that so easy. Why am I going to spend $40, $50 for it, right? Yeah. So how many people are here? 18. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys, if you guys have been following me for a while, you already have seen these, but let's share, before we go any further, let's share some ideas, right? Okay, so this is a slow stitch gift tag. I have the yo-yo flowers, I have my buttons, but this, the backing of this was part of a slow stitch panel. It says hello, right? So gift tags. You can make one big giant panel. I'll show you in a second. Make one big panel and then make smaller projects. You can, okay. So you can make smaller projects like the gift tags. I made this slow stitched. This is a slow stitch panel, which eventually the inside has some fabric that has writing in it. But this eventually is going to, see this doily right here? This is one of the, goodness, what did I just say? The crochet pieces, all hand stitched from one of the pieces I just showed you. And it's now a journal cover. These are all crochet pieces down here. This crochet, more crochet pieces. Another crochet piece. So you can make one big panel. You could use your panel here. When you're done with your panel, you can make a book cover. That's just, these are just two options, right? Hi, KD. Oh, hi, Cheryl. Good morning. I haven't heard from you in a while. How are you? Melissa, good morning. Good morning. Okay, so we have the gift tags, the book covers. Make some beautiful envelopes, right? These are just some. So this is the eyelet lace. That's now an envelope, right? This is some lace that's now an envelope. And just add some buttons, right? So that's 3 projects from one panel so far. All right, let's see here. Okay, so how about this, guys? So this is fabric that has crocheted lace, and then I fussy cut this out of fabric. I have videos on this, both of these next 2 projects. So these are journal covers too. So I fussy cut out the dress. As you can see, there's some crochet pieces on here. This is all made from a panel, right? So this little dress was fussy cut from fabric. And this inside of this journal is a vintage napkin, right? So a vintage napkin, if you guys have any old fabrics or anything from mom or grandma, any of grandma's old napkins or anything, they make beautiful, you know, inside for your cover. So that is how many projects? That's 4 projects so far. This live is up my alley. I've been making handmade hundreds of fabric clusters. Oh, good, Cheryl. I love making fabric clusters. I have a video on that too, if you guys are interested. And how about this one? So super fun. This is crochet galore, right? So this is just, I fussy cut this red dress out and I hand stitched all around it. This is from the same fabric as the other dress. And this little dress form. And the inside is also a vintage napkin. It's just white. So how lovely, right? You can slow stitch and make awesome. The shoe is so pretty, right? So these are all slow stitch, and the projects are all slow too, right? Let's see here. All right, so let me, you guys have seen this already because I've done videos on them already, but I'm just showing you. So this panel here is the before, right? The one we're working on right now. And this one still has needles and pins in it. But this is a large panel that I have been working on for about a year and a half. But that's why they call it slow stitching, right? Because it takes a long time. So this is all hand sewing. If I showed you the back, hot mess. But yeah, so I still have this part to go, and this bottom part that's cut off, I used for to make my gift tags. So this is just this is a process. This is just all different kinds of crochet and lace, yo-yo flowers, and all different kinds of mixed fabrics. And the fabrics aren't all vintage. They're just regular fabrics, right? Yeah, these still have pins in them. So this is just some ideas. So what do you guys think? Right? All right. So these are little pieces that are works in progress. Little cluster. These are little clusters I'm making for journals. So you can see the back is all hand stitched. So these are pretty, these are lovely, right? These would be great for postcards. Just some other ideas, right? You could tell my slow stitching on the back, not so great, but yeah, this one still has a pin in it. So just some colors. So these are browns, right? So whatever colors, these are all hand stitched. My hand stitched traveling, not so good. Beautiful things you have there. Thank you, Terry. Good morning. Joe, you are so creative and talented. Oh, thanks, Chris. Chris friend. So those are reds. And last year I did the video on this hand stitching Christmas panel. This is a rustic Christmas panel. So you have the fabrics aren't vintage, but now this one here was is hand stitched. So I have the rustic themed snowmen, of course. And then the back, I just did a meandering stitch with my machine, because when you're using such tiny pieces, sometimes I just I went over around the outside and around a few of like the yo-yo flower and stuff just with my machine. So the back it is slow stitched, but so I just want to give you some ideas of what to make, of ideas for your slow stitch panel, right? So I was thinking eventually, like a couple of these, I would like this would make a really beautiful needle book. I haven't made a needle book in a while. I only have one left, but I made and sold needle books for a long time. But like this, I thought this is in my mind a needle book cover, right? So this, and has the vintage this is vintage canvas toile, right? So how adorable would that be, right? So you can use your panels when you're done to make so many different wonderful things. Like I have a stack of these that I've made that I haven't even done anything with, because, well, you know how we are, right? We have the ideas in our head and they kind of get stuck in there. So these are just little clusters, right? So this all hand stitched, as you can tell. My traveling slow stitch sometimes isn't very good. Shh, don't tell anybody. So just some ideas. So as you're putting together, you can do multiple, like after this live stream, this whole table will be filled, because I am going to be making a whole bunch of these. So I spent 3 days cleaning up and organizing everything from my craft show. So all my stuff has been put away and organized. And hi Patty, roomy. So roomies. Okay, so for those who just came in, I have my 12 by 12-inch backing. This is just going to be my foundation. This just gives me a template to work with. I added some laces and I fussy cut out some flowers. I fussy cut out some fabric from a dress I showed you guys. And this beautiful flower from a dress. Or was it a shirt? Either a dress or a shirt. And then I just showed you guys this little doily. And then some other little pieces. So we're just working on gathering some stuff. And then I have little muslin pieces. I put these muslin pieces, these squares, in here so that, what did I just do with it? I put these in my kits. I put smaller muslin pieces as like a bonus, so you can go ahead and make some little smaller pieces. So these little, they're so cute. So that's why I always add these smaller pieces. Okay, so we're not getting into the nitty gritty, like buttons, like I said, nothing. We're just putting this together. So Friday morning's live stream will be a continuation of this, because then we'll go into working on other stuff. So yeah, so let's go into let's see here. All right. Do you guys have like little pieces of laces and fabrics, like just like maybe a bag or a little bucket of miscellaneous laces and stuff? I think a lot of us do, from different projects or whatever. So I also like to put in like little pieces of lace, and they're not cut evenly. They're it's like whatever, right? You can cut them at a later date. So these kinds of little laces are perfect for your kits, and a must-have for anything shabby is cheesecloth. I'm not going to cut any cheesecloth now, because cheesecloth is like a hot mess. It starts curling up in a ball. So cheesecloth. And then, like I said, any types of laces that you have. See, there's a piece of cheesecloth in here. That's all. I think of cheesecloth like saran wrap. Once you take it out and it starts curling, there's no coming back from it, right, guys? It is just. All right, so let's put this cheesecloth in here. Some little pieces of laces. Melissa has a lace bucket. Melissa, bring out that lace bucket, lady. Bring it out. Does it look like this? Does it look like, Melissa, does it look hot mess-ish? Yeah, so all of my little pieces, I just keep, they're I usually keep them in this project bag, but I just put this on this plate because today I will be working on this. So this is just easier to put it on the plate. And okay, so this sheer, oh my God, how big is this fabric? Goodness gracious. So this sheer fabric is actually a shower curtain that I had gotten at Kohl's for like clearance, $8, and I got like, shower curtains like 100 by something, right? So I got a whole bunch of this. And this, let me cut up a couple pieces. Perfect. Not even. Look, it's wonky. It's weird. right? Who cares? That I'm going to use a piece for my slow stitch kit. Um, this this was part of a bed skirt, right? It's got it, but I leave it to be all scrunched up because these are so pretty. I get a little excited, friends. I don't. Yeah, so like in this panel here, this little Christmas panel, I use a part of that little bed skirt. I actually just cut it, but see, it's cute for my little panel. Bed skirt. Who would have thought, right? Um, yes, a big tangle of awesomeness. Right, Melissa? Hi, Lisa. Good morning. Good morning. I did not realize you were on. Hi, Kelly. Good morning. Good morning, Susan. It's freezing here. Oh, yeah, I know. You go to Florida. Those snowbirds who decided to go to Florida. Whoops. Good morning, Lisa. Yeah, this was just a quick pop up, and YouTube doesn't like to send notifications, so you know how that goes. Um, so these were little fabrics that were sent by Jessica too. I just added them. This is really pretty. This is like a cream on cream pattern, but thank you, Miss Jessica. So yeah, I take from this and I just randomly just put them on here. I just cut. I mean, there's no. I just go through everything and then I just keep adding. So all of these little pieces. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna put this in there. Look at this flower. Can you guys see that little? Please tell me you can see that crocheted flower. This is a crocheted flower with the stem. So I am going to fussy cut you. I love this stuff, guys. I love to sit on the couch in the winter. As you guys can see, I'm either on the couch slow stitching or I'm making yo-yo flowers. So right now I have about a mountain of yo-yo flowers. If you guys haven't seen my series on using scrap blocks to make your yo-yo flowers, I made 25 yo-yo flowers from scrap blocks. So I used up 25 scrap blocks just making yo-yo flowers. Best thing ever. They're adorable, fast and easy and fun. And you'll be surprised how cute the flowers look. I don't have any with me up here. They're downstairs on the couch. Hello. But I used up 25 scrap blocks making yo-yo flowers. So if you're looking to use up go through your scrap bin of orphan blocks or whatever, all different sizes, make some yo-yo flowers, and your yo-yo flowers will look so super cute on your slow stitch. Hi, Michelle. Good morning. Michelle and Waylon. Falling iguanas. Oh my God, I saw that on the news this morning. Oh, I am going to be lurking and sewing because a girl has got to do. Girl. Oh, yes, Lisa. You go, girlfriend. You give your up snap and a down snap. Go get him, Lisa. Well, hopefully you're enjoying some scrappy stuff. So people who are into hand sewing like EPP or any type of I'm okay, I don't want to say this like so like I have a friend who likes to hand stitch. She is actually a friend of my great aunt, and she does a lot of needle turn, like appliques and that kind, like lots of hand stuff. And I don't know, that's not my thing. But I don't know why, because I love to slow stitch. Isn't that weird? I like you would think someone who likes to do hand stitching would enjoy that too, but I don't enjoy that. Weirdo. Joe, you're a weirdo. I know, guys, I know. It's just a thing. Butterfly Queen. Oh, hi, Butterfly Queen. How are you? How are you doing? Welcome aboard. We are making some slow stitch kits, or for you guys, these are to sell, but you guys would, I guess, call them slow stitch panels, right? All right, so Melissa is going to take her little bin of laces, and there are all kinds of things like what on earth? This was from a fat quarter, and it still has the glue on it from the. Well, don't put that in the slow stitch kit. So lots of little laces and fun things, right? Our crocheted flowers. So Friday will be a continuation of this, because then hopefully on Friday, I hope you guys aren't going to all be sleeping. Pay attention. We got things to do. We got to get ready for the new year and make some fun things. Yeah, so just going and adding, I don't know why I have a clothespin in there, but okay. So little fun things. Yeah, so let's put you away for right now. So you know what helps when I'm doing all of these and I have all my little pieces? These little Dollar Tree trays, right? I could put my, when we get down to, decorating them, you can put your beads and your buttons or any of your smaller pieces, and these help a lot. So, all right. So we have our laces. I'll go ahead and add more later, but I don't want to bore everybody. Well, how did that get there? All right. So, I have some fussy cut little flower lace, fabric and lace flowers. Going to be starting January, the Puppy's Pattern by Elizabeth Hartman. Oh, that's awesome, Susan. Awesome. Love to hear about new projects. Not at all, Joe. I have been cross stitching for 30 years. I have done slow stitch and hand quilting. I tried needle turning applique and I hated it. Yes, I don't, right? Okay, Kelly. Confirmation. Thank you, Kelly. I thought it was just me. Like I was like, oh, I can't tell anybody that. I'm putting together slow stitch kits. You can't tell people you don't like to needle turn. Okay, thank you very much, Kelly. Oh goodness, I thought it was like such a weirdo. Because hand stitching is not like, I guess there's a difference. Thank you, Kelly. Oh, fun. Susan is the one with all the puppy heads. Oh, yes. I saw that one. How adorable. Melissa said she made the penguin one. That's right. Melissa did make the penguin one. All right. So I cut out some little flowers. Again, an on the couch project from I Googled flower templates, because if you're going to do it on the couch, it's got to be as easy as possible, right? And also using a tray table is helpful. So I Googled some flowers and I fussy cut these out. I traced around some cardstock templates, and I cut out some, this is doilies, some flowers. Just on the couch, just sat and cut some flowers. Just cut out some flowers from the lace. And this, you want to talk about a project and a half, cutting these flowers out. And how many flowers didn't make it because the, oh goodness. And cutting out these flowers from sheer, this is sheer fabric. Not easy, okay? But did it. So these little flowers will go into this kit too. So just some basic flowers to use. some little lace flowers, just tiny little flowers, little ones, just to add to your kit or your panel. And it doesn't matter what size, right? I also use my Cricut machine to cut up a ton of flowers too. So if you don't have a die cutting machine, you can just Google it and then use, your flower templates from whatever, print them out from cardstock and then just sit on the couch and cut out your flowers. And then it helps a lot. Okay. So we have our flowers, our fabric and lace flowers. I also did the same thing. You are correct, Joe. Not all hand stitching is the same. Yes, Kelly. I know. I just thought, thank you. And that's coming from a quilter. I'm not a weirdo. Okay. Well, don't say, Joe, you're weird. I did the same thing with the flower templates with regular fabrics. So this is, these are just flowers that I'm going to include in my kit here. So now now to my kit, I'm adding different colors. So now this one has pink and green, floral, and that's totally okay because you can add, it's your thing. I'll show you guys in a second. I did another themed one. So add your colors, add your flowers, add whatever. Oh, I also took some vintage music paper and I cut some of these from my Cricut machine. But again, just Google and cut. All right, let's see if we have one ready here. So I cut some out of paper. I cut out some flowers and I include, so some of the kits that I make are fabric and paper, right? So, and some are just fabric. So I took out some vintage music books I had gotten and I just cut out some flowers. And you can include paper into it. In my snippet rolls, I put paper in all of them. Master boards, I use paper and fabric. So if you are interested in the new year on making any type of journal, junk journals, traveler's notebooks, I have an entire playlist of probably, I think it was 48 or 50 videos, all DIY on how to make all of this, how to make your own junk journal, how to make your step-by-step traveler's notebook, step-by-step ephemera. So I have a whole complete list DIY from start to finish to make all of your own stuff. So that's that. So everything that you need to know about junk journals, traveler's notebooks, master boards, snippet rolls, whatever, I have. Let's see here. Let's see. Better go and have breakfast. It's 8 for me. Bye, everyone. Bye, Kelly. Thank you so much for making confirmation that I'm not totally crazy. Thank you very much. Kelly, are you going live today? Because she does Friday live streams too. I think they're at 11:30. Hi, Sheila. Good morning. Good morning. Kelly does Friday morning live streams as well. So this is the foundation to making this, right? So we are taking our foundation and we're just prepping. We're prepping to get started here, right? So I didn't include any of these pattern fabrics yet, because a lot of these are still just pinned. So, right, we're just adding our basic stuff. So this here, this 12 by 12 inch panel is, ow, our goal is to get to this, right? And again, it's slow, right? It takes time. So I don't want to be a squirrel brain, but I want to share with you as much stuff in the next 5 or 10 minutes so I don't keep you too long. So Friday, we can get started on moving forward on actually putting some of this together and then introducing some new fabrics and some new embellishments and stuff here. So yo-yo flowers, if you have yo-yo flowers, stuff like that. Okay. Whoops. All right. I am not a fabric hoarder, but throughout the year, I met a woman who journals and shared your channel with her. Oh, thank you, Sheila. So 2026 will be exactly March of 2026 will be exactly 10 years that I've been making journals, anything journal, travelers, notebooks, all kinds of stuff. So it'll be 10 years. So I've been hand stitching and slow. So my sewing started with making these. So I did very, very little sewing, just to, most of my sewing was just to create my own ephemera. So like this was basically my sewing. It was my ephemera image with my lace in the back and my muslin. And I just like sewed around. And then I started sewing my traveler's notebooks and my journals, sewing down the inserts to it. How come I can't think of the word? Thank you so much, Sheila. I appreciate that. Okay, Michael is still there. Let's see here. All right. Okay, so so this was the start of my sewing. Not a big thing, not right. So okay, so we have some of our pieces. So I don't want to get squirreled and I don't want to throw like a gazillion things at you, but I was trying to get more ready today, but Jessie was under my feet all morning. Okay, so let's put our board over here for now. So throughout the year, I'm collecting some
Happy New Year, everybody.
Hubby says Happy New Year. Hubby says Happy New Year. Thank you, Michael. So throughout the year, I am purchasing fabrics. I shared these fabrics with you. These were ones I had gotten at Walmart. These are the this one is the Paris themed fabric I shared with you. It has all the vintage writing on it. It has the bird cages and everything. So this fabric is like, if there's ever a more perfect fabric for me to use for my slow stitching, this is it. So like for this round image here, you could put a stamp. You could, if you have like a stamp or something that says hello or travel, you could stamp in there. So this is perfect. right? This is a beautiful vintage style, nice, beautiful floral fabric to use for your slow stitching, right? You can fussy cut this flower out and use this whole flower in your slow stitching. There's also some pretty butterflies. You can fussy cut out your butterfly and put that into your slow stitching, right? There's so a gazillion options. This is just sharing with you for right now. Happy New Year, hubby. Are you guys still there? Is anyone still here? How come I haven't? Oh, it's an hour. Oh no, I'm gonna turn you. We're all turning into pumpkins. Okay, so just some fabric choices that I use. So like this pretty little has little red roses on it. These petite fabrics are really pretty for your slow stitching projects. Just some ideas. These are just scraps from my slow stitching, but this is some vintage fabrics here. Like this pretty little pink fabric. And then you want to go bold and big. This is beautiful fabric. What did I get this? It just says high fashion fabrics. Anyway, I think I got this on Hobby Lobby. So you can fussy cut out these beautiful roses, put them into your slow stitch kit, you know, introduce new colors to them, stuff like that. These red roses go perfect. So you have, if you're looking to do this type of theme. So this is me planning in my mind ahead of time when I'm buying fabrics. So this sketched red roses with this red rose and these little roses is a perfect themed slow stitch kit, right? You have all your roses, you got big, you have a little more subtle, and then the tiny. So you can introduce all three of these into your kit along with all of your other pieces. So this is kind of like pre-planning in my mind of what I know I'm going to put in my kits. So, you know, or you can go straight up, you know, country vintage, country French, right? So, I like seeing your fabrics. I'm on the no buy. Yeah, I don't need to buy anything for 2026. 2025, I think I did enough. Oh, and I have these that I had gotten at Joann's. So the reds. I like red and pinks and beiges and browns, as you guys can tell. So just different, like this one is the roses with the green, right? So this flower that I cut out, this pink and green flat floral, and you can introduce this together. So now you can introduce your greens and your pinks, and right, you can slowly add in your colors based on different things. So I got this fabric bundle last year at Joann's, and this is country French. Yeah, so it's got the pink and the red roses. I like to add pink and red together. It's got the pretty wording on it, and it says Paris on it. It has the butterflies. This one doesn't have butterflies. But this, again, would go perfect with this and this. Right, this more perfect than that. But see, so this is just browns and your beiges and your blacks. But this has the browns and the blacks. But now you can introduce the pink and the green. And it's kind of very similar patterns, right? So this is me. This is not fabric hoarding. This is me planning to make this. um, Nobody's here. Nobody's chatting. So what do you guys think? I mean, this is just planning for winter sewing projects, right? On the couch crafts, on the couch projects to make, and this makes the winter nights go by faster because you're creating. This is some pretty vintage Cranston fabric. So this is a brown with the pink and red roses. So yeah, and I love fabric with the wording on with script on it. Kind of gives it some some more interest, I guess you could say. So yeah, some more brown floral. So it's basically whatever you want. Hope I'm not making you guys fall asleep on this New Year's Eve. So I want to share with you enjoying the fabrics out of got to have some breakfast. Happy New Year's, friends. Bye, Joyce. All right. So before I let you go, I just want to share, you guys are not into the vintage style stuff. I have one here that is, the only one I have left. That is a honeybee theme. You could make one for nature. So let me share with you. All right. So for this one is a honeybee slow stitch kit, right? Just some basic greens. And then I have my muslin foundation for the slow stitching. And then I just have some mixed bee fabrics. So we have the pattern fabrics, and then I have some, not so busy, I guess you call them low volume, right? And then I just added some laces and then some fun little fabrics, like these little birdies for nature. So you can do a nature themed one. So I just want to share with you, this is a nice little option to do something totally different. If your brain is thinking spring, perfect, right? I still added some laces and stuff in here. So, and then some honeybee themed accents. So there's, I included some embroidery thread, some buttons, and all kinds of fun yellow things to go in here in the kit. So some yellow and black. And then for the kit, I also included this little butterfly for somebody who wants to, add this to their kit. And then some other fun things. Let me see. I added some black and white flowers and then just some fun other little things. So do a nature theme. Sorry, my internet went down. I'm back listening, lurking, and sewing. Awesome, Lisa. Sherry is cleaning. Hi, Sherry. She's cleaning her sewing room. That's what I did for the last 3 days. Okay, so this is another idea. If you're over winter already and you're thinking spring, this is a lot of fun, right? All right, so today we just created our foundation. So Friday morning at 9:45, we'll get into the nitty gritty and we'll add some more stuff. We can add some buttons. Again, if you want to do some journals, I have a playlist. Excuse me, I'll do some stamping on our thing, on our let's see here. So I have some ephemera here, some vintage stuff we can add. So lots of fun things we can add to it. I don't have one so to show you, but yeah. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Very happy New Year to everybody. Big hugs. Thank you so much for all of your support. There was a I didn't find me. Wish I had, as it would have been perfect for a cutting. Oh, Sheila, I know I do that all the time. I always think like, should I buy something? And then it happens to me. It happens to me all the time. I know. I should have bought that because then you get home and you're like, oh, that should have been, or you get another project. I had a phone call. Oh, it's okay, Joyce. All right, so Friday morning at 9:45 Eastern time, we'll continue this, and then we'll make a we'll put together stuff to make so you guys can make your own panel. So awesome! Have a happy New Year, safe New Year. A big hug to you guys. Lots of love. Thank you for everything throughout 2025. I really appreciate all of your support more than you ever know. And I think Deb is going to be on today at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So I don't know if Donnell's going to be on this weekend because of the new year, but if she is, it's Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. So Deb today is at 3 o'clock Eastern time. Big hug, Terry. Yes, Happy New Year, everybody. Love, love, love. And I really appreciate everything. And we're going to do a big face plant right into 2026 tonight, aren't we? Oh, Marie, yes, Marie is on today at noon. Yes, she's on at noon Eastern time. Thank you, everybody. Again, happiest of New Year. Stay safe. Do some hand sewing, some on the couch crafts, and just relax and give some time to yourself. So thank you. Much love. Today is Wednesday. Deb comes on. Oh, that's right. I'm thinking. Thank you, Lisa. No, Deb's not coming on today. Deb's not on here today. All right, so Deb's not going to be on today. That's Friday. Oh, you know what? Hi, Mary. Habits don't die easy, right? Oh, so is Marie on today on Wednesdays or is she on Fridays? Oh, today's on. Oh, Marie's on today. So Happy New Year, everybody. Please take care. And I will see you in the new year on Friday at 9:45. Oh, yes, Katie is doing her 12-hour live stream tonight. Today, Wednesday, yes. All right, so Marie will be on. Katie's doing her New Year's 12 hours. She's doing giveaways too. So thank you guys so much. Much love, big hugs. And pet some fabric, as Andrea says.